Hello students, this is the continuation of the previous video of chapter number 2. In the previous video, we saw about the three seasons, winter, summer, monsoon regarding the climate. Now we will see effects of climate and human life. So open page number 8. Effect of climate and human life. Climate has a tremendous effect on human life. This effect is visible in the diet, lifestyle and nature of the people. So how does climate affect on human life? So in summer we eat ice cream and drink cold drinks. In winter we eat green leafy vegetables, guava and oranges. In rainy season we eat pakoras. Then regarding clothes, in summer we wear cotton clothes, winter we wear woolen clothes, and in rainy season we use umbrellas and raincoat. So like this it affects the diet and the lifestyle. Rajasthan faces water scarcity and hence most of the houses have wall terraces to store water. Then in Rajasthan it is a desert area, so there is shortage of water. So the houses in Rajasthan, they have terraces, chhat, agassi, where there is a facility to store water. Then people living in northern India use woolen garments to protect themselves from extreme cold, while people of South India prefer cotton clothes to protect themselves from heat. Then the people living in North India, that is, the people living in Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Delhi, Haryana, they experience extreme cold and they have to wear woolen garments to keep themselves warm. While people in South India, they wear cotton clothes as it is very hot there. Then those living in desert region, they wear loose cotton clothes and they cover their head and hair with a piece of cloth or handkerchief to protect them from the sand which blows across the desert. So, in the desert region also, the climate is hot. So, they wear loose cotton clothes and on the top of it, they cover their head and hair, मुंह को ढक लेते हैं with a piece of cloth or handkerchief, rumal se, to protect from the sand which blows across the desert. Then the people do their business according to the climatic condition. So, due to the varied climatic condition, people do their business according to the climatic condition. That is, people of Gujarat, they are usually engaged in business. The Punjabis, they are mostly soldiers, while the people living in North India are involved in agriculture. The people who are living in desert area are the nomads and they are engaged in animal husbandry, and that is they rear cattle. भेड़ बकरी को पालते हैं, they rear cattle as they get wool, milk, leather, meat from these animals which they sell and earn their livelihood. So, in the desert, the people live nomadic life, they rear cattle, and from these cattle, they get wool, milk, leather, meat, which they sell it, उसको बेच के पैसे कमाते हैं, earn their livelihood. The people of coastal areas of Gujarat, their staple food is wheat. Staple means they eat daily, while the people of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and West Bengal eat rice and fish, and these rice and fish are their staple food. So, like this, the effects of climate is on the food, on the business, and on the clothing. Now, the meaning of resources. Resources, the thing what are resources? The everything available in our environment which can be stored and used based on its quality, capacity, and utility, and which becomes our heritage, can be termed as resource. So, the things which are given to us by nature and which are used in any quantity, its quality is good and it has the capacity. For example, wood. Wood is a natural source. We use it as a fuel to cook food, to make furniture, to build house, and which becomes our heritage, that can be called as resource. The things, resources are also called those that can fulfill certain aims, objectives, and offer concrete solution towards problem. Anything that can be aimed at and used to accomplish human necessities also become a resource. Then the things that fulfill certain aims, अपना लक्ष्य जो पूरा करते हैं, जो चीज़ अपना लक्ष्य पूरा करते हैं, aim fulfill, and also have a solution to our problems. Whatever the problem is, we can find the solution, and that thing which gives us the solution to the problem can also be termed as a resource. Anything which is used to accomplish, पूर्ण करना, पूरा करना, accomplish human necessities, इंसान की ज़रूरतें जो पूरी करते हैं, is also said to be a resource. That is also a resource. So here the meaning of resource is given in different ways. The people of the earlier times did not know that there were minerals below the surface of the earth. Under the earth, the people of the earlier times did not know that there were minerals in the earth, and those minerals were coal, diamond, iron, aluminum, gold, silver, copper, etc., available below the earth, and so they did not use it. So all these were not considered as minerals, but when they came to know, and all these things which are there in the surface of in the earth satisfy the needs of the people, and so we can call all these as resource. So those minerals which the people did not used to know, which are there below the surface of the soil, so they did not consider them as resource. उन लोगों को मालूम नहीं था कि ये सब खजाना है अंदर, इसलिए वो लोग उसको रिसोर्स नहीं मानते थे. But when they came to know about it, that these resources are there and they were useful for the modern man, so then it was said that the things that help in man's welfare and satisfy their demands are resources for man. Then natural resources. So natural resources are the resources which are obtained from nature and they are found in any environment and which are easily available and useful to man. So what are natural resources? Those resources which are obtained from nature and that also in any environment, easily they are available and useful to man. There are three types of resources: water resources, mineral resources, and land resources. Now first we will discuss water resources. Water resources of India include rivers, lakes, seas, etc. The rivers of India are divided into two on the basis of its origin and characteristics. First is river of northern India and rivers of southern India. So water resources means what does it include? So it include rivers, lakes and seas, nadi, talab or darya. And these rivers, they are divided into two parts. and they are divided on what basis? On its origin, कहाँ से निकलती है नदियाँ, and the characteristics, उनकी क्या लाक्षणिकता है. On the basis of that, the rivers are divided. The first is rivers of northern India and rivers of southern India. So now page number 9. Rivers of northern India. These rivers of northern India, they originate from Himalayas and are filled by the rainy water. In the map given on the right hand side, you will find rivers and lakes which are shown in the map, and so just have a look at it. Now we'll see rivers of northern India. The Sindhu, Ganges, Yamuna and Brahmaputra are the rivers of northern India. They are perennial in nature. So which rivers are there in North India? The Sindhu, Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra. And all these rivers are perennial. Perennial means they are always filled with water and flows throughout the year. Then the Ganga is also known as the Bhagirathi. The other name of Ganga is Bhagirathi. There is a triangular fertile plain near the delta of the river Ganga. So in the delta of the river Ganga, triangular means त्रिकोण shape, त्रिकोण आकार का plain is formed near the delta. Delta, it is a river which flows into oceans and seas. छोटी छोटी नदियाँ मिक्स हो जाती है, उसको डेल्टा बोलते हैं. So there is a triangular fertile plain near the delta of river Ganga. The Ganga and the Brahmaputra are major waterways of India and used for navigation purposes. So among the rivers of northern India, Ganga and Brahmaputra are the main rivers and they are used as waterways. पानी में जाने का रास्ता, वाटरवेज, रोडवेज, रास्ते पे जा सकते हैं एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे. एयरवेज, एरोप्लेन से जा सकते हैं एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे. उसी तरह वाटरवेज and also used for navigation. Besides this, the Jhelum, Chenab, Satluj, Ravi and Beas also flow in the north. So besides Sindhu, Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra, there are other rivers too. Their names are Jhelum, Chenab, Satluj, Ravi and Beas. Every year, devastating floods in Koshi River in the state of Bihar destroy the lives and property of the people of that area. And every year in the rainy season there is a flood, बाढ़ आती है, रेल बाढ़ आती है in Kosi river in Bihar, and this flood it destroy the lives and property of the people of that area. जो लोग वहाँ पे रहते हैं उसको बहुत सारा नुकसान होता है उनकी लाइफ और प्रॉपर्टी का. Then the next is rivers of southern India. Now the rivers of southern India, they are not filled with water throughout the year. They dry up because like northern India, they do not have support of Himalayas. Now which are the rivers of South India? Rivers like Tapi, Narbada and Mahanadi flow down from the mountains in central India. So the rivers of southern India are Tapi, Narbada and Mahanadi, and they originate from the mountains. The Narbada and Tapi flow towards the west and merge with the Arabian Sea. Now among these the two rivers Narbada and Tapi, they flow towards west direction and merge with, किसके साथ एक हो जाते हैं, merge हो जाते हैं Arabian Sea. While the other rivers Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri and Tungabhadra, they flow from east and they merge into what? They merge into Bay of Bengal. Now these rivers, they flow through uneven surface like high and slopy regions and therefore form waterfalls. Now these rivers, that is Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Tungabhadra, they flow through uneven surface. जो फ्लो करते हैं वो जगह लेवल में नहीं है, अनइवन है. एंड सो waterfalls are formed. So when the rivers they flow through uneven land, high and slopy regions, waterfalls are formed. And that is why these rivers are not used as waterways. So in such rivers we cannot travel and go from one place to another. While the rivers of northern India they are used as waterways. They are used for irrigation purposes and in production of hydroelectricity. But the rivers of southern India, they are used for production of hydroelectricity. हाइड्रोइलेक्ट्रिसिटी मीन्स पानी से बिजली उत्पन्न होती है, उसको हम हाइड्रोइलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोलते हैं. सो द रिवर्स ऑफ सदर्न इंडिया are used in the production of hydroelectricity and also for irrigation. Agriculture में पानी चाहिए, water used in agriculture. Now below the names of the rivers are given and the which projects are then, and this project are benefited to which state. Narbada project, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Maharashtra. Krishna, Nagarjuna project, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana. Tungabhadra project, Karnataka. Koshi project, Bihar. Mahanadi, Hirakud project, Orissa. Satluj, Bhakra Nangal project, Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan. Then the next table is regarding the lakes. There are natural lakes also in India, and these lakes are in which state and how are they located and what is the speciality. So in Jammu and Kashmir, Dal and Wular lake, it is a fresh water lake, मीठा पानी है. आंध्र प्रदेश कोलेरू, मीठा पानी, फ्रेश वाटर लेक. तमिलनाडु पुलिकट, सॉल्ट वाटर लेक. ओडिशा चिल्का, सॉल्ट वाटर लेक. राजस्थान संबर, सॉल्ट वाटर लेक. Gujarat, Nal Sarovar, partly salt water lake. So these are the different rivers and lakes and how are they useful is shown. Now turn your page number 10. Now on page number 10 you will see the picture of Sardar Sarovar where the Statue of Unity is made, and there are artificial lakes also made by the government which are useful for storing rains or storing water during rains, and the name of the artificial lakes are given below. In Himachal Pradesh, the Satluj, the Govind Sagar. Andhra Pradesh, Krishna, Nagarjun Sagar Lake. Telangana state, the Manjra, Nizam Sagar. Gujarat, the Narbada River, Sardar Sarovar Lake. Madhya Pradesh, the Chambal, the Gandhi Sagar lakes. Now we will see the information about the Narbada project. In Gujarat, there is Narbada project and it is the biggest project of Gujarat, having the greatest capacity in the whole world. So the Narbada project, which is made on river Narbada, is the biggest multi-purpose project of Gujarat, and the capacity is also biggest in the whole world. What is the length of the canal? The length of the canal is approximately 66,000 kilometers. Now, how this Narbada project is useful? So 8,215 villages and 135 cities of Gujarat are provided drinking water through the Narbada project. So this Narbada project, they provide drinking water to cities and villages. गांव और शहर में पीने का पानी प्रोवाइड करते हैं. 14 districts, 75 talukas and 3,360 villages of Gujarat are getting irrigation facility through the Narbada project. Then irrigation facilities, agriculture के लिए जो पानी चाहिए, that is also available through this Narmada project to 14 districts, 75 talukas and 3,360 villages of Gujarat. So students, now rest of the chapter will continue in the next video.